This was a grind. So for the past few weeks, I haven't been streaming that much. Not because I was gone or something that happened to me, but I've been grinding Dark Aether recently, and this has been a bit of a grind. In the background, you'll see gameplay of me just getting diamond on some of the guns, such as SMGs, ARs, all that stuff. But this video is really just to make a quick, not necessarily guide, but a quick experience video on what it was like grinding Dark Aether, my strategies I use, and which weapons I got. And the first thing I can tell you is, if you're gonna grind Dark Aether, it's gonna take a bit. It's not really a quick process. I mean, the camo looks great. I would say Dark Aether was worth it. But I had a good majority of the guns at least level like 20-ish, and it still took me like almost a week straight of playing. Well, not week straight of playing all the time, but like playing at night for like a week straight, maybe a little longer to get this Dark Aether. So let me just say it's a grind, and the three worst camos that you're going to have to deal with in any of the weapons, it applies to almost all of them, is getting however many kills you need. Usually it's 2,500 or 2,500 kills. Getting 2,500 pap kills and 2,500 critical kills. That and leveling up is going to be the biggest thorn in your side of doing this challenge. So what I would recommend for you to do is, I would actually recommend for you to play Onslaught, and I'll show you my strategy here in a little bit. But the reason I'd recommend you play Onslaught is because on round base, I didn't know this, but there's actually an XP cap for your weapons, which happens around, I want to say, the mid-20s, early 30s. And Onslaught, that cap doesn't exist. You'll just keep getting XP over and over and over. So Onslaught's actually the best in terms of XP, but another thing that I'd recommend you do is please have some double XP weapon tokens. That will make this a lot quicker, especially for the first, I would say, levels 1 to 30 is pretty quick, and then just another token or two for 30 to 50. Because some of these guns you have to grind to 50. I know you have to grind SMGs to 50, tactical rifles to 50, assault rifles to 50, but some of them aren't as bad. Like launchers right here is, I think, 35. Melee is, I think, 35, if I want to. No, those are the max levels. It's 30s for launchers and 30s for melees. But leveling up in the kills, it's what's going to take this a lot longer than it needs to be. And I'll show you some of the strategy that I used during Onslaught. And I'd recommend you use Nuketown 84, and I'll show you what the strategy looks like now. So for the first little bit of your Nuketown 84 Onslaught game, if you're following my strategy, is going to be, it's not going to take a while, and I would sit in this corner behind the greenhouse and just pop a ring of fire in here. If you have dead shots, or you're trying to do the challenge where you have to do 20 kills without getting hit, which is the last camo in almost any camo set for any gun, this is a really good corner to do it in. Especially if you cycle through full powers, which are pretty common, and then you use rains and you get insta-kills. Those two, with sitting in that corner, they're actually going to maintain you for quite a while. The only weapons I'd really sit in that corner with in the strategy are probably assault rifles, some machine guns, some tactical rifles like the M16 and the AUG. Those are fine. Not the M14 or the Type 63 like you're seeing on my screen here. These I just trained in different Onslaught maps to get. This was before I used Nuketown. You could use Game Show if you want, but it's just a pretty tight space to train, tighter than the other ones. But you could also probably throw pistols, but to a lesser surge, into the mix. And launchers, you definitely could. Launchers, you're going to fly by really, really quickly on Nuketown Containment, because you can just sit in a corner with rain and just spam the launcher, and you're going to get all your camos done super quickly. And a good thing about the launchers is you only need 1,500 kills instead of the normal 2,500. So it's almost half the kills, and you have a really good, effective weapon to deal with it. I would not, however, recommend you use that corner for such things as like sniper rifles or melees, especially. You could probably sit in that corner for LMGs, but all of these weapons, you're going to get forced out of that probably when they start super sprinting, which is, I think, in the Ford. There's a certain round, I think it's like Surge 38. Somewhere around there, there's going to start super sprinting, and I'll show you my strategy for dealing with super sprinters. So when that surge pops up around the high 30s, low 40s, I usually train around this house right here. I'm just gathering a couple up, and it's only going to be surge 19. But if you can, I kind of try to sit here, because zombies for some reason have decreased spawn rates if you don't look to the left for some reason. There's like a weird glitch thing happening. But then once they eventually spawn, you'll be forced out of that spot. And then usually I'll run over here and there'll be a huge horde behind me, so I'll shoot like I am in the gameplay. And then I'll go around here, but be very careful not to get stuck here. That's where a lot of my downs happened because zombies just came out at the wrong time and were right in front of me whenever I tried to get out of that spot. But usually this is just the train I run. You could also run behind that truck if you want to make the train a little longer. Just be careful when going around the edge of that car if you go in the middle of the trucks because you can get stuck kind of there. But this was just my main strategy for getting Dark Aether. I also just tried to prioritize critical kills and tried to get PAP as soon as I could with everything else, and all the other camo challenges that there are. This next part of the video is just going to cover the guns that I did Dark Aether with and how many guns are per class. So right here you can see for assault rifles, I had the XM, the AK, the Craig 6, the FAR. I skipped a majority of those guns and went to the Grav, mostly just because it was a weapon I used in older games, so that's what I wanted to do. For SMGs, I did the MP5, the Milano 821, the AK-74U, the Bullfrog, and then I did the PPSH because that's really good Dark Aether coverage as you saw there. For tactical rifles, I did the Type 63, the M16, the AUG, and the DMR. For the LMGs, I did the Stoner, the RPD, and the M60. For the sniper rifles, I did the Pellington, the Tundra, and the Swiss. The Swiss is better than any of the other sniper rifles that you're going to use. I did the 1911s for pistols, the Magnums, the Diamatis. You could do amps, I just didn't do it. For shotguns, I did Hauer and Gallo. For launchers, you have to do both the Sigma and the RPG. And then for specials, I did M79. And then for melee weapons, I did the knife. But you can use any melee weapon or specials if you want. I also have Dark Aether and the Shadow Hunter, and I might get it on a ballistic knife and nail gun soon. But to basically sum up, you need 5 assault rifles, 5 SMGs, 4 tactical rifles, 3 pistols, 3 snipers, 3 LMGs, 2 shotguns, 2 launchers, 1 melee, and then 1 special. And that's all the 9 classes that Dark Aether needs. This very last part of the video is just going to be my reaction to getting Dark Aether, but I'll show it here and I'll have the audio turned on so you can hear it. I think this is the Surge 35. Come on. Decoy. Full power. Rain.
I have no. And stay down.
Woo! Yeah, baby! 3184, that's what it's all about. Woo! Let's freaking go! This took so long. I don't care, down me, zombies. I don't care, just down me. Go ahead, play count. Finally. But yeah, this was my experience getting Dark Aether, the weapons I got on, and the strategy. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I hope you have a good day. Peace.